We get into the first topic of conversation on tonight's edition of shows, and it goes down to these. True freshmen. How many true freshmen will make an impact in the upcoming season for the Crimson Tide? And there's quite a few of them that have a chance to be really, really special here, but I got 5 here on my watch. And first and foremost, Bryce Young is going to make an impact at the quarterback position, the 5-star out of Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California. A young man at 6 feet, 190 pounds, who had a tremendous high school career. We're talking about 13,250 passing yards, 178 total touchdowns, 152 passing touchdowns. A guy that tore up the All-American Bowl in San Antonio, Texas. Just had a tremendous performance, was the MVP of that game, and a guy that accurate with the football, can thread the needle, can throw strikes, can drop dimes, but also a guy that strong character. Nick Saban talked about upon him coming into this recruiting cycle how he loves the entire makeup of Bryce Young, the character that he has, the personality that he has, the spirit that's about this young man, the family that he comes from. He loves the total package that is Bryce Young, and he's going to have his opportunities to get on the field and be an impact player. Of course, we all know that you get a chance to play in 4 games before the coaching staff slaps the red shirt tag on you. So the Crimson Tide fans, despite the fact that there is no A-Day game and you wouldn't get a chance to see him firsthand inside Bryant-Denny Stadium for A-Day, when you look at, of course, fall camp, Tide fans will be able to go out there and see Young in the first open practice in August, see him throw, see him rip the football, see him target wide receivers in stride, see him work the communication with top players on the team. So you'll be able to see him in the open practice. You'll be able to see him in the clippings that will be provided to you guys by people in the media, much like myself, upon fall camp coming around. So you're going to get that chance to see Bryce Young in fall camp, and then upon the regular season coming into play, he will get his opportunity to get on the field and show everybody what he can do, what he's capable of, and why people are so high on him. So number 1, most definitely Bryce Young. Number 2, I look at Roydell Williams, and Alabama has a slew of running backs back on the roster, 7 guys. Najee Harris, the main guy. Behind him, you have Brian Robinson, Trey Sanders. Everybody's excited to see Trey Sanders, Keegan Robinson. And then of the freshmen, you have Jace McClellan, Roydell Williams, and Kyle Edwards. Now, a lot of people are excited about Jace McClellan out of Texas. Why? Because of his speed, his burst, his athleticism, his wiggle. He's got some power to him. Everybody is kind of happy to see what Jace McClellan will be able to do on the field. But for me, when I turn on the tape and when I watch the film of Williams out of Hueytown High School here in Alabama, I get small images of Josh Jacobs in the middle of my mind. And the reason why I get these images is Williams has a power to him. He's got the ability to run over guys, run through guys, knock guys over. He's got speed. He's got a stiff arm. He's got the ability to be very evasive, elusive in space. So he's got a lot of qualities to him. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. There were times in high school that they even lined him up as a wildcat quarterback, and he took the direct snap, going up the middle or going around the right end, going around the left end. The guy's an absolute playmaker. In his high school career, we're looking at 5,929 yards rushing, 92 total touchdowns, 84 rushing scores. So while the attention at times can be placed more so on Jace McClellan along with other backs, keep your eyes on Roydell Williams. I feel like once he gets on the field, he's going to tear it up. Once he gets on the field, he is going to leave no doubt that he was the best back in this 2020 signing class. Number 4, a guy that will make an impact, or that I see making an impact in this group, definitely Roydell Williams. At number 3, I'm going to go with big Timothy Smith. Big Tim Smith, the 4-star out of Sebastian River High School in Florida at 6'4", 320 pounds. Now, outside of DJ Dale, as you're watching the clips here of Tim Smith on screen, outside of DJ Dale, there is going to be a fight at that nose tackle position because you have Fidarian Mathis, who can play at the nose or he can play a defensive end. He's kind of a tweener. And then you have Ishmael Sopser out of Louisiana, who's dropped some weight. He can play at that nose spot. But when I look at Tim Smith, despite the fact that Alabama signed Jamarian Latham, Jamil Burrows, and Tim Smith, a lot of people compare certain guys to Quinnen Williams. They say, oh, this guy's quick, or this guy's slippery, or this guy's elusive, or this guy just looks like Quinnen Williams. When you watch Tim Smith play, as you're seeing him right now, this guy at 320 pounds really plays like Quinnen Williams. When you talk the first step, his first step is so effective, efficient, and fast. He is quickly knifing himself into the backfield. We're talking violent hands, shedding offensive linemen, sticking running backs, sticking quarterbacks. His ability to not only just one gap and two gap, but also really take on double teams, make double teams a non-factor, and he has a nose for the football when it comes down to creating turnovers. He is forcing fumbles. He is dragging guys to the ground. He is taking no prisoners. Tim Smith is a bona fide athlete. He is a nasty, big-time athlete creating havoc there in the backfield. And while I mentioned there are other guys that can play at that nose tackle position, I look at Tim Smith. Once he gets to campus in the summer and the coaching staff gets him into these practices, into these scrimmages, into the conditioning aspect of Crimson Tide football, Tim Smith is going to be a special cat as he's just able to have his way. He had his way in high school, just creating so much havoc in the opposing team's backfield. So Tim Smith would be my third guy. At number 4, gonna go with Will Anderson, the 4-star outside linebacker out of Hampton, Georgia. And I'll say this right here. Going back to in recent years when Alabama had Ryan Anderson and Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson was the true edge-setting outside linebacker. He was the guy that stuffed the run. He was the guy that set the edge. If a running back is trying to get to the perimeter right, Ryan Anderson would meet the offensive lineman at the mesh point, shed the offensive lineman, and go running back, you ain't going nowhere. And he would drag that running back down, prevent him from getting to the perimeter. Or if a quarterback was trying to run outside, Ryan Anderson would do the same thing. He was a legit secure edge setter. That was his role. Meet the guy at the mesh point, boom, attack the running back, attack the quarterback, shed off that offensive lineman, get to the play. Now, Ryan Anderson would also sack the quarterback. He would also create negative plays in the backfield. His senior year in 2016, he had 9 sacks. So he was big in sacking the quarterbacks, but his primary role was a true edge setter. It's the same thing with Chris Allen in this upcoming year. Christopher Allen this upcoming year is going to be a true edge setter. Keep the running back from getting to the perimeter, funnel the play back inside, allow your buddies to make the tackle. When I look at Tim Williams was turning him loose, let him eat the quarterback. That was Tim Williams. Turn him loose, let the young man go. And that's going to be Will Anderson as you're watching him on screen. When his first step, Tim Williams. The way he hits, violent. His first step is Tim Williams, but the way he hits, Will Anderson is much like Ryan Anderson, the angry man. So this upcoming season, Will Anderson will have an impact just off his ability for the coaching staff to turn him loose, his first step, his quickness, and his intentions upon meeting and connecting with the quarterback. So that's just that on Will Anderson. The last guy, if I had to put a 5th guy in here, I would look at Jacquez Robinson, the 4-star corner out of Florida. He was able to come in on campus, enroll early, and kind of get some practices in leading up to the Citrus Bowl. Want to see Jacquizz Robinson continue to grow, but I think he would be a guy that could be an impact player as a true freshman. But that's going to take us to our first break here on In My Own Words, the podcast. Just getting started here, folks, on a Friday. Upon our return, we'll dive into your tweets, text messages, and phone calls after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in the Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.